Hello humans, this is Random Wizard and welcome to the Random Channel. Today we're going to be playing Medieval Fantasy Rogue's Choice Chapter 12. Last time we defeated the Thog Godling son thingy, and we were on the linen bed talking to Avis and Maiden Avis, and Kriya was not there, and then we were like, okay, where's Egra? She's not talking to us. Maybe she's hiding from the priest. And then we put our hand on our chest and we found out the amulet she resides in was not there. So we're going to be continuing on with chapter 12, Hero's Reward, and we're gonna see what's this one has to offer. Content warning: there's more than usual sexual references in this chapter, which basically means there's sex in it. Last time they said that was the case, so I am hoping that is what it is. The amulet is gone. Yes, let's read it from here. Maiden Avis crinkles her lovely eyebrow at you. What is the matter? She's looking to your... Oh, she's crinkling because she's like, oh, maybe I'm hurt or something. What is the matter? She looks to your hand clutching your chest where your amulet used to be. Oh, I had a necklace, you stammer, trying to hide your panic. Perhaps it fell off during your battle, says Avis, smiling kindly. It is said that you fought with great ferocity. No, you say, I just had it. It must have been stolen when I was unconscious. To try to control your emotions, you rather not seem afraid or petty in front of the priestess, but without Egra. Is he that afraid? I don't know. I mean, yeah, without Egra, he is attached to Egra now, because if Egra, goes away, or we loses Egra, essentially what that means that when he dies, there is a possibility that some other god might pick him up, and if Thog picked him up, that might not end well for him, or any other god. Essentially, the only one he can go to at this point would be maybe some neutral gods that have nothing to do with anything, or Ohur. More than likely, that's the best possible outcome. Let's see. Thog is gone, right? He's been expelled from this place, you say? Avis's smile fade. That is our hope. You sit up straight. Thog will want revenge upon me. Avis opens her mouth as though to say something, but then does not. Without Egra, I will have no defense against that wrathful, horrible god, you think. Powerful priest of my order and others have blessed this room, says Avis, putting her hand on your wrist. And I suspect that you have been blessed by some divinity. I sensed a spirit watching over you as you pursue Thog's abomination. What divinity? You blurt out. She shakes her head. I do not know. I will not be able to inspect you. I was not able to inspect you closely, not while her voice trails off. Not while you were trying to survive. Or while we were trying to survive. You suspect, smiling as you gently touch the hand she has on her. On yours, okay. Okay, oh shit, we made a move in that situation? Seriously? Okay. Just then, the bedroom door opens and a soldier walks in. Maiden, he says, bowing to Avis. The Duke requests your attendance. So the Duke is alive, okay. Avis sighs and stands up from the bed. Roost, I must go. Please rest now. You have earned it. Before leaving, she turns to you. Oh, and do not leave this room. As I said, it is blessed, but I cannot ensure your safety beyond this door. As you look around nervously, she smiles. Only for now. Do not worry. We will take care of our hero. With that, she closes the door, leaving you alone. Yeah, it is possible that if she would have killed the Thog Godling, then her god, whatever her god's name was, I forgot, Aletheia. Yeah, Aletheia could have protected her. But in my case, I'm only attached to a godling rather than a straight god. So yeah, my situation is a lot more different. I'm not exactly a priest. You could say I'm a priest of Egra rather than priest of Ohur. So that's the problem. And since Ohur, if I was a priest of Ohur, the situation would have been easier. But we're not a priest of Ohur, we are a priest of Egra, and Egra is not a god just yet. So yeah. Only for okay. With that, she closes the door, leaving you alone. There was the ghost of the boy to be. However, you don't sense any presence. The corner of the room is empty, save for a dimly lit lantern mounted on the wall. With stiff and aching muscles, you start searching for the amulet. You check under the covers, finally get up and do a thorough search of the room. Your other valuable possession remains. The bow you stole from the wood elf, the paladin's swords, your cloak are in the corner, no amulet. You even whisper, Egra, hoping that she might reveal herself. Reasoning that she might be invisible or hiding behind an illusion. Finally, you crawl back into bed to allow yourself to rest. Consider what might have happened to the amulet. What do you think? Huh. I mean, as soon as I read Kriya stole it, there's a possibility she was after that amulet from the start. And I highly doubt Abyss would steal it, because if Abyss would have stolen it, she would have immediately checked for it and she would have found out that there's a godling in it. And as Egra has mentioned, she would try and kill us then why is she giving us this much attention? I highly doubt Abyss would have stolen it. The amulet was an illusion is a very good idea, but everyone has seen it, and it's not an illusion. Kriya stole it, obviously. Kriya, you think? Avis said that Kriya was the first to find you after that Thogian curse struck you unconscious. Remember how Kriya had taken an interest in your amulet? Back then you have been helpless, paralyzed by poison. That which would have stolen it, then had Egra not smote her. Yeah, I remember that. Back when we first met. When did Egra stop at this time, you wonder? Maybe you had to be conscious for Egra to work her power. You were her champion, and she had said something about working her magic through you. Of course, Egra had said a lot of things, not all of them true. Life in Crisis 3, I guess we were sleeping. You must have drifted off again, because the next thing you know, you are awakened by a footsteps, fast and confident. Door opens into the room, floods torchlight from the halls, reflecting duly on the helmets of two soldiers standing guard near your doorway. Into the room steps Maiden Abyss, a large smile in her face. Now there's a blood splotch on the collar of her armor. Gods, not more trouble, you ask, pointing to the blood. Yeah. More, if there's something else is gonna be fucked. Well, highly doubt it, considering she's smiling. Looks down, her eyebrows raising. No, this is not my blood or the blood of an enemy. Rather than this is the blood of the righteous. I've been tending to injured. She steps into the room, her voice turning to a frown. That loathsome wretch killed his share and wounded many others. She stares at you for a moment, a frown turning back into a smile. What did the Duke want? You ask, wanting to make conversation. Avis rolls her eyes. She rolls her eyes, reporting of the Thog matter as though I did not have it under control. She steps up to your bedside, puts her hand tenderly on your leg under the blanket. That's kind of forward. I did not expect her to be making the moves, especially when two other soldiers are standing. I highly doubt she means anything with that. Of course, I spoke highly of your deeds. Feel the blood rushing to your face. Avis is so beautiful. Her expression now seems to you like a combination of admiration and hunger. Whatever it is as exciting as it is unexpected. How did you defeat the Thog's beast? She asks, leaning down closer to you. Aside from your skill with the blade, I mean. Egra, you think. It's tempting to tell Avis this, to finally tell the truth. But you decide against it. Ohur, Egra's father, is a rival of Avis's god, Aletheia. To use one godling to defeat another, well, you would rather leave divine politics up to the priest. What do you say? A great deal of luck. At least one of the gods favored me. I outwitted Thog. My blade was enchanted with righteous power. I think great deal of luck would be the most obvious one. I think there was a lot of luck involved, even with Egra's help. So I think I'm gonna go with that. A great deal of luck. Moral to Crisis 1. A great deal of luck, you say. Such modesty, says Avis with a smile that strikes you as fake. I'm sure there is more to it than that. You shrug. What can I say? Without at least a little luck, I could not have triumphed. True, I'm sure. But this is a boring answer. I feel like Avis is not Avis. Why do I feel like she is the succubus again, dressed up as Avis or something? But I highly doubt that's the case, but still. True, I'm sure, but that is a boring answer, says Avis, disappointment in her voice. The tone of her voice struck you more deeply than you expected, as though Aletheia herself expected more of you. With the feeling that you must redeem yourself, you try again. What do you say? Well, that was the worst option, apparently, I guess. Well, I highly doubt I should say this one. My blade was enchanted with righteous power, because I feel like if I said that, they're gonna be like, hey, your holy sword. And considering that, Egra is not here to suppress the spirit of the holy sword, I might just burn to death or something. So I think I'm gonna go with I outwitted Thog, because it was basically a tentacle monster writhing and no skill or anything to its name. Outwitted Thog, you say. Avis gives you a half smile, a curious smile. You think, really, how? Wasn't much to it, you say with a sigh. I mean, at the end of the day, he was just a lump of fat with a mouth and you wiggle your arms around tentacles. Avis takes a deep breath. Indulge me with something more specific. After all, my order has no love of Thog. Anything you can teach me that could aid us in the future would be much appreciated. She says those last words in a whisper that sends a thrill through your body. What is happening? Why is she seducing us all of a sudden? I guess they're not celibate, but so far she has been very, very platonic with us in like any like very she has always talked with us within like in an official capacity, and like whatever kindness she goes with her order, but other than that, like this is really strange. This is really strange. I mean, considering how these stories go, I just feel like this might oh man, I don't even know. I'm just thinking way too many things. Just move on. Well, you begin before you have thought it through, seeing the expectation on Avis's beautiful face as you pause. You brace yourself and then launch into a diatribe you hope makes sense. Yeah. He's trying to like push his own like bravado up and like trying to impress her and shit. But I think if the only advice he can give, like at least I can think of, is that the Thog godling would go from one prey to another. It would look for easier prey, nothing it has to fight. It will also, it has really no plan. It just goes straight from one soul to another. That's why I guessing at some point it detected the nearest soul was in the top of the castle that was not fighting, so that's why it immediately went to kill them. So there was also a thing that that you can teach, that they can teach her. Also they can teach he can teach her is that stay away from the thing, because it immediately will affect your mind. Just use arrows and like spells and stuff. I think that's one of the better strategy. Just block it in some place and just bombard it with arrows and like spells and shit. I was also thinking about something that you remember that one chick. What was her name again? The one chick that we were fucking Anne. Yeah, Anne, right? And tried to drink something from like a bottle or something. Then she was disappointed because it was empty. I'm guessing that's like some kind of like not aphrodisiac, onto some kind of contraceptive or something. But she didn't have any because it was empty. So I think the thing that happened was I feel like she might get pregnant with our child, and then that's the child that's going to be taking the, what is it called, the fucking the soul of that other thing, that one kid that just died. But that would be absurd. Why wouldn't she take any contraceptive later? I do believe there should be some magical potion or some shit like that hanging about. But anyway, well, you begin before you have thought it through, seeing the expectations on Avis's beautiful face. As you pause, brace yourself, then launch into a diatribe you hope makes sense. Well, the Thog beast put us all in the darkness. I mean, I knew he would go upstairs though. I mean, we were chasing him all around the castle, yet he hadn't tried to leave. So I figured he wouldn't leave yet. He was hungry and he seemed to like people in the castle. Maybe he enjoyed his meat to bathe more often. Anyway, he hadn't eaten up any upstairs people yet. That's where the real royal blood is. You take a breath and continue. So that's where I went, up the stairs. I found him, but he didn't expect that, so I caught him unawares. Despite him not having any eyes to begin with, we battled and one thing led to another. Smiling, you throw up your hands like it was no big deal. I triumphed. Silently, Avis regards you for a long moment. Gods, she knows I lied. You think priest can detect lies. I don't think they can, but I guess she must be a very good judge of character. Yeah, that story sounded absurd because technically in my playthrough, the best choices playthrough I did, I technically launched out of the castle and landed into a fucking house in the inner ring, and that's where I killed him. So this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense here, but kind of the continuity issue because of a choice. But regardless, let's see where we were. One thing led to another and you triumphed, she says at last, because you guessed where you went. This was the outwitting you referred to. Your smile weakens. Oh well, I may have overstated the outwitting part, you say. More like I showed up and he didn't expect that. Avis's voice becomes hard. So what you're saying is that you triumphed because you showed up. But now you're just making me sound conceited, you say with a nervous wink. She did not like that answer. She absolutely did not like that answer. Fucking hell.